After absolutely getting embarrassed in my 1v1 against Eclipse for tier testing, I knew that my terrible 1-week training arc was not enough. So I decided to take that training arc's length and triple it. The first section of my training was to get good with the mace. This was an extreme weakness for me because prior to getting into this SMP, I had quite literally pretty much zero experience with wind charges and just about the same amount of experience with the mace. Now I needed to get good enough to actually PvP with them, so I had to think of something clever. My first move was to practice getting good with wind charges. So I made a parkour course in a PvP arena, which might have not been the wisest thing to do in hindsight, but I did it anyway. I also ran around practicing doing some bounces and stuff, and generally getting an idea of what I was doing. Anyways, here's some clips from that. But while I was peacefully training, this player had other plans. The duel went on and on. It quite literally lasted over 11 minutes. And, you know, it sucks, okay? Both me and the other guy, we were doing terribly. I look back on it now, and it's just garbage. I'm genuinely disappointed in how bad my aim is. I'm not that disappointed in my mace skills, considering I actually managed to land 2 hits without doing, like, any practice with the actual mace. But to be honest, this is just, like, kind of pathetic. Like, I almost feel like it's out of place in the video. But I guess it's a pretty good before and after comparison. Well, maybe not quite, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, I pretty much went neck and neck with the guy until finally, my armor finally broke. Now, I can't guarantee this, but I think that the duel was pretty stacked against me. This guy, he's like an A tier, I believe. Now, he was playing on, like, controller, so that's why he was on my skill level, basically. Because he was playing on a controller he wasn't used to. But the thing is, I did not have pots. Like, the only pot I had was fire res. Actually, I didn't even have a fire res pot. That was just my notch apples. So I had no pots and no XP bottles. I was very poorly prepared for a duel. I'm pretty sure. I know he had XP bottles. I don't know if he had pots. But the fact is, the odds were stacked against me. Of course I was going to lose if it lasted that long. Now, I can... obviously I'm recording this, like, after I finished all the stuff. By now, I can pretty much guarantee that if I had this fight redone again, I would probably absolutely crush this guy. In this particular scenario. I don't think Cosmo's that bad, really. My next step was to train with the mace. I decided first to set up a scenario that simulated a person stuck in cobwebs, thus giving me a stationary opponent, which is a lot harder. It's a lot easier to hit than a moving target. So, yeah. Here's me being goofy. It's time for me to create my little training simulation thing. Whatever, who cares? Whatever, it's time. So first, we place a minecart. I want to place it right here. Minecart. And then a zombie. Oh. Right. I'll just fix that real quick. There we go. Now that we have the zombie test thing all built, it's time to go enchant the mace. So I looked at the enchants, and in my opinion, Breach and Windburst are probably the best enchants for this. Okay, so you actually can put Breach and Windburst together. I was a little worried about if I could do that or not. So, wait a second, let's see what happens if I do this. It does nothing, which kind of makes sense. I haven't gotten any air. Now, however, it's time to... Okay, and now it's time to grab those wind charges and do some cool things. So if I just... Oh, they're not even over there. I'm very bad at this, if you couldn't tell. I'm really bad at this. Oh, I missed. This is the trouble. I have about the same amount of... Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's sick. I missed. Aw, crap. See, I'm very bad with... Oh, I got him. Okay, so, I'm not the worst with it. Anyway, let's, try to get this dude. Yeah, that's kind of my issue. Not gonna lie. Well, that's how bad my aim is right now. Yeah, that's how bad my aim is right now. This zombie's so freaking lucky that I'm this bad at aiming. Oh, I got him! Oh, he's dead. I just one-tapped a freaking zombie in netherite armor. Okay. Now we just have to do that a bunch more times. Here we go. Another nerd. Here we go. Yes, boy! I did it. Aw, crap. That was a failure. Aw, crap. What? Why'd I jump in? What's wrong with me? Like, ooh, cobwebs. Mind if I... Crap. Hi there, zombie. I'm gonna get out. I'm out. You can deal with your own problems, zombie. I have great aim. Oh, man. I'm so good at this. What are you talking about? I nailed it! Yes, boy. Let's try and keep doing it until I can do it like 10 times in a row. Oh, okay, that doesn't count. It glitched. There's one. Can I do I hear 2 in a row? I might settle for 5. Or 2. Considering how this is going. Aww. And dead. And dead. And dead. I think I killed 2.
What are you doing?
And more dead.
What are you doing?
And more dead. And another one's dead. I think that's all of them. After finishing my immobile training, I decided to train with... at first I attempted training with minecarts with zombies in them, but that was less than successful. So eventually I decided to settle for hitting horses because they were so much bigger. So we did that. After all, they are going to be way harder to hit. They're also going to be like way thinner. What? Yo, another horse. Bro, imagine not letting me combo. Hi. Oh, hi. Here, I wanna combo a bunch of you. You gotta be the catalyst, bro. Dude, for real, be the catalyst. Oh, crap. That might have gone a little too far. Oh, aw, crap. I didn't time it well. I'm getting slightly better. We just gotta keep training. Bro. In case you didn't catch it in the recording, I basically over these training sessions, I went from not being able to consistently hit a horse with a mace, or like anything even stationary with a mace, to being able to consistently hit a moving object. Now that's a far cry from being able to consistently combo a moving object. It's a far cry from being a master of macing. A master of macing. But it's a far cry from that. But it was exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to be able to do acceptably, and from there I could expand if I needed to. If I like need to do it. Like I don't know. I kind of want to only like train as far as I'm going to need it because like I don't know. I'm gonna like work. I got some people to take out and stuff, and I'm gonna work from the lower down people that I want to take down to the higher up people. So I don't think I'm gonna need to do much training whatsoever to take down some of these people. So I'll work my way upwards with time. Anyways, that was my normal mace section of the training. But then like the next day, I realized, oh wait a minute. There's another area I'm missing. Elytra macing. Now, actually, this is completely useless to me in Soulforge SMP because elytras in combat are banned. So elytra macing isn't even a form of combat. Also, mace combos aren't even allowed anymore. It's like this server is allergic to OP things. Like Duping's banned, which, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I think it's kind of stupid. But also Dupin's banned, and then you've also got like crystals are banned, which I guess understandable kind of, but still kind of dumb. But actually, I guess crystals kind of ruin PvP entirely. But they banned minecarts, freaking minecarts. Like minecarts are not even like a tenth of as OP. Okay, maybe they are like a tenth of as OP as crystals, but they aren't like game changing. They're just like a good tactic. Like, why? They freaking banned, like, level 2 pots, too. Like, it's crazy. The amount of debuffing this server has is kind of ridiculous. But enough of my rant. It's time for you to watch me go from having moderately good aim to probably having some pretty insane aim. So, let's go ahead and watch that. It took me a while to get into stride.
Yeah, I'm not very...
Like, a long while. But finally, after so many tries, I landed my first hit. Like, when I say so many tries, I mean like, maybe even 40. It was freaking crazy. I kid you not. After about my first stack of rockets, I had finally managed to get my accuracy to about a maybe 50-50, probably more like 60 miss, 40 hit type ratio. Like, if I was able to land the initial hit. After that, I was able to sometimes combo. A lot of it depended on luck. A lot of it depended on strategy. I don't know. But at this point, I was getting better, visibly, within pretty short periods of time, if I'm being honest. Near the end of my training, I was quite literally doing somewhat what I would call trick shots. One second. Look right here. There were like these two horses in the ocean. And, you know, they were kind of bothering me. So I was like, you know, maybe those horses should not exist anymore. And so after, like, 3 tries, I finally, I believe, landed, like, a double hit and, like, 1 to go. Oh, I actually did. It's actually sick, not gonna lie. And then I missed the 3rd one. But that was still sick, okay? You gotta admit that was sick. So now, at last, I had finished... Well, actually, it's not even at last. I took, like, what? An hour, maybe an hour and a half, and, like, quite literally went from not being able to wield the mace to being able to wield it proficiently. Not gonna lie. I'll take that as a W. That's real nice, to be honest. So I decided... Well, with me having practiced all these moves and stuff, I decided, I should try them out on some actual players. So I logged onto Aspect's practice realm. There was no one online, so I decided that I would violate the training dummy repetitively.
You're slightly nervous.
This training dummy
You're getting closer in spite of our best
for me,
efforts.
probably.
So just keep doing stuff.
Although, to be honest, it actually, it might be a little bit dumb to admit this, but it quite
literally
literally
do much because every time
a couple
he gets
times.
out, I'm
Actually, well, maybe only once. It's because it was being stupid and AFKing. I underestimated the power of
this
the
is
training
honestly
dummy.
kind of funny. Oh.
And then people logged on, and you would think I would have made a racist comment against them with how these people were harassing me, man.
Dude,
like
the
they
moment
took
I get in,
offense
they're like,
that I was trying to interfere in their duel.
Enjoy.
Like, it was
Right.
like a crazy situation. Like, they were just casually fighting one another while also at the same time killing me.
Whatever, I'm gonna 2v1 them.
It was freaking absurd.
I'm gonna lock in.
I must have gotten killed like, what, 10 times?
Because I'm mad now. So I'm gonna lock
in this setting. Well, let's just say it was humiliating. You don't need to see
I
any more of
didn't
it.
come this far.
So yeah, any thoughts of me being a mace professional were quite quickly kicked out of me. It seems like any time that I get a big head and start thinking, oh yes, I'm better than like almost everyone here. Someone's like, oh yeah, want to bet, and then beats the absolute living daylights out of me. And then I realize, oh, never mind, I still suck. Am I like not right? Like, come on. Then I decided to go into CubeCraft and Lifeboat, but I did not anticipate the resistance, and there was quite unusually high levels of resistance that day. I kept getting violated repetitively in combat. It was a nightmare. I kept losing again and again. The only people I could beat were losers, and I knew they were bad, and I knew I was performing so badly that I was embarrassing myself. It was terrible. I don't know what came over me. It's like I had this weird phase where I just like could not freaking lock in. Like I don't even know, man. I guess my ADHD decided to kick in. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if I have ADHD or not. I wouldn't surprise me at this point, though. Not gonna lie. Anyways, on to the next thing. Fast forward a bit, and I decided to 1v1 this random guy on, I forget what the guy's name is, Realm. But I decided to 1v1 this guy named Toast, because I could tell this man wasn't that good. And at first, I was kind of doing good. And then, like, I don't know, man, it was like a switch fired off, because immediately I started doing just so bad. It was disappointing. I don't even know what was going on, but I was getting cooked. He was going, like, 2 blows for my 1 blow. Like, the whole, like, first 40% of the fight. Well, okay, maybe, actually, in a second thought, that wasn't even, like, 40% of the fight. But, dude, the bro freaking almost kills me right here. What in the world?
Sniffly South says, where did you get a mace?
But honestly, it's pretty clear.
Bob
I am not locked in here.
9457 says I don't got one.
I'm kind of amazed that I'm
says,
managing to do this while fighting, like, so badly. Like, I don't know, it's like just like, looking back on these, it's so funny how bad I'm doing. It's crazy. But anyways, time for the cue the music. We're gonna make this epic, okay? was here, right when I dropped in this pit, that finally, I don't know what happened, but it was like a switch came on in my head, and I finally actually was fighting clearly. The rest of the fighting was almost immediately all me chasing him. As our fight continued in the depths of the caves, I continued to absolutely cook this guy. Like, this guy was actually becoming toast. But, sorry. But I once again made the same mistake in my duel with Cosmo, except this time to a lesser extent. I once again had not brought enough stuff. As in the middle of the duel, or not in the middle, I was probably winning severely at this point. But as before, this time I ran out of gapples. And, yeah, they were pretty much what was keeping me alive. So even though I was winning, like, after that first part, like, the moment I locked in, even though I was winning, like, the whole time up till I ran out of gapples, like, as soon as that changed, like, the whole dynamic of the duel changed. Like, I knew immediately I was screwed. But this time, something stirred in me. I decided that if I was gonna die, I was going to go down with a fight. So I ran. I used every resource available to me. I wind charged to get distance away. And then, when I was forced to fight in close combat, I did so as carefully as I could. Then my totem popped. So I equipped my shield. I moved back, put distance between us, placed down layers of cobwebs, and shot at him repetitively, keeping distance and the ranged advantage. I quite literally fought him back so well without any healing items that he quite literally ran away and gave up on trying to kill me. The only reason why I did end up getting killed by him was because I quite literally talked him into coming back and finishing the job. Which was kind of funny. I kind of just gave up. At that point, I just wanted the duel to end.
Was slain by
I had already gone far beyond what I had hoped for and expected. And I was quite happy with my own performance. So I just pretty much let him kill me. Actually, I definitely just let him kill me. I think it's safe to say I came in clutch there. that was very... That's honestly like my favorite duel of the whole training thing. It's a very close second. But I really actually enjoyed it. Mostly because I enjoyed absolutely flooring this random nerd, and it was just funny. Not gonna lie, I guess cats probably think it's funny playing with mice. Maybe I should have a little bit more compassion. I probably should have a little bit more compassion on them. Those poor unfortunate souls. But anyways, I needed a finale for this. And my original finale was like, oh, I'm gonna get tier tested and go up to like B or A. Probably not, because I'm just not that guy yet. But, well, the tier testers, when they say they don't do whenever these people say they don't do their jobs, they don't do their jobs. Like, they really don't do their jobs. I asked frickin' Eclipse, like, I don't know, like 3 days in a row, like, dude, please help I want to 1v1 you so I can get tier tested. I held out on a freaking 1v1 with Ops for this nerd, and he just never did it. Like, why? But I got my own finale, and to be honest, it was better. Because I got a finale with someone who I've had a tiny bit of history with in the past. The guy who left and has now returned, Darks. Darks decided he was going to hold a Hive event where he 1v1'd a couple of us. Now, let's just say I did not get the best impression of Darks, okay? I only had like 2 different run-ins with him, and both times, let me just say, bro performed at a very, very small fraction of his real skill. Like, to be honest, the first time it was an absolute, it was an absolute nightmare of an embarrassment, and compared to how strong he actually was. He kind of just, it felt like he really just sat back and let other players do most of the work in killing me back then. And maybe he was. Or maybe it was because everyone was freaking lagging like crazy. That's probably it. But, I did not get the best impressions of Darks. I thought Darks was a okay player. I thought it was just mostly because most of the players on here really weren't that good once you got good enough. Like, to any really, really good player, they would just falter completely. And it was really just, I don't know, that seems a little bit redundant, but that kind of puts me in, like, a really, really low class. That really put me in a low class in my ideas, in my own eyes. But it didn't really look nice on Darks. Let's just say that much. Well, I was thinking, 1v1 and, like, Hive Sky Wars. This is gonna be freaking easy. Because back in the day, I dominated Hive Sky Wars like I was PvPing against my brother. Okay, maybe not quite that dominant. But I was cooking, okay? But they changed it. Now they don't have the same sort of stuff. But regardless, well, let's just say Darks, he exceeded expectations. I was thinking, I'm probably gonna lose. Maybe I'll get a kill on him. Maybe I'll impress him. I'm not sure if I impressed him. Because I have the hearing of a old woman, okay? Not being sexist. But I have the hearing of an old deaf lady, okay? Man, bro said he either said, bro, why are you F tier? Or, bro, why are you S tier? 2 similar letters. I immediately thought S tier. And I was like, oh, I impressed him. Yay. Like, yeah, I impressed him. That's awesome. To be honest, I was performing probably extraordinarily well for my reputation. But whatever, it didn't really matter. I got absolutely body slammed by this man. I did not kill him a single time, predictably. But whatever, it gives me an epic finale. So cue the epic finale where I get absolutely destroyed, just like in the last video.
Opening square bracket exclamation mark closing square bracket. Found someone breaking the rules. Report from this report will now damage you. You were killed by DQRKDs. You were killed by these. You were killed by DQRKEs. They had 11 hearts. You respawned. Last life. No more respawns remaining.
So now, at last, we come to a close in this chapter of my Soulforge SMP story. At long last, after 3 whole weeks, I've finished my training arc, and I can finally PvP on a higher plane, a higher level. Hopefully now I'll be able to continue my plans. But this time, my plans aren't going to be big like they were before. Because at this point, what's the point? They're not even that fun. They take way too much time and are too difficult. I'm bored of making big plans. They require too much teamwork and all of that stuff. And teamwork is not something I can rely on too much right now, considering that I do not have the best coordination skills ever. But I have targets, many targets, and I'm going to take them down one by one. So that's where I am right now. The training arc's over, and now the revenge arc begins. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do subscribe, as I quite literally spent like weeks making it and hours editing it. Like, bro, it's freaking it's 2:30 a.m. right now, which doesn't really matter because I get to sleep in anyways. But still, bro, you know how long I've been editing this? Honestly, it's absolutely worth it. I freaking love this video, and I hope you did too. If you're a nerd like me, or I don't know, just a guy like me who likes, fights with good music and, that sort of thing. I don't know, man. Something about this just gives off some positive aura to me. Like, it gives me a good feeling about it. But, yeah, I hope you did enjoy that. I hope it was worth your time. And, if it was worth your time, then please do leave a like. And, what else do I have to say? Brain fart here. Please do subscribe. I only have, 58 subscribers. And I want to reach, at the bare minimum, 100 before the end of the year. So, please do subscribe. It would be nice, and it's just clicking a button. Please do. Go tap that button. That way I can officially brag to all my friends and say, hey, yo, I got 100 people to tap a button for me. Because that's an incredible flex. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for watching. Later, nerds.